welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. So I've got the list of questions on my phone and we're just gonna get right into it. Alright, the first question is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I don't really have a lot of people in my immediate circle who really love to talk about books. And I know that there's a huge online community that does, so I just thought I would make this channel to give my opinion and my reviews and show what kind of books I read, and then hopefully find other people who either had similar tastes or completely different tastes but still wanted to hear my thoughts on things. So yeah. Okay, the second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Honestly, Booktube has been around for so long that I'm probably not going to bring anything unique to this whole platform, but I do really love to track my stats for my books, so like what day I started reading a book, what day I finished reading a book, how many pages on average a day I read of that book, things like that. So I thought it would also be fun to share those anytime I do a wrap-up. It's like the only unique thing I can think of. But question 3, what are you most excited for with this new channel? I'm really excited to interact with my subscribers and be on this platform as a creator. I think that's a side that I've never gotten to be on, so I'm very excited to experience that for the first time. And yeah, I'm really excited for everything too, everything that comes with being on Booktube. Question number 4, why do you love reading? I love reading because when I was growing up, I kind of lived in the middle of nowhere, and reading was a way for me to not feel so lonely. And every time I picked up a new book, I could escape into a different reality or a different world. So now that I'm 21, I feel like I've lived in 1,000 different worlds and not just this one, which is honestly a really cool feeling. And I just love reading because it does help me de-stress. I stress a lot, so reading is a way for me to counteract that in a healthy way. Okay, question number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? This is a 2-part answer. So when I was younger, I'm going to be really cliche. The series that got me really into reading was Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. I actually have the original paperbacks, and they're pretty old and they are pretty falling apart. So there's that. And then when I was in high school, I stopped reading as much, to the point where I was only reading a couple books a year, and they were really only for school. So I wasn't doing any reading for fun. And then 2019 came, and I went to college, and I was at college until March of 2020, when the pandemic kind of forced me to come back home and be in a safe environment. And so in February of 2020, I picked up It by Stephen King, and that was the book that really got me back into reading as an adult. I had started the book like a couple years ago and never finished it, so I picked it up one day at college because I was bored, and I said to myself that I was going to finish it. And I think I finished it within like 3 days. And if you don't know how big it is, it's massive. It's truly massive. I think my copy is like 800 pages, and I had only read about 300. So I read about 500 pages in 3 days, and I just loved it so much and I couldn't put it down. And to this day, that is my favorite Stephen King novel ever. So that was kind of really what got me back into reading as an adult, and I've been reading ever since then, nonstop. Okay, the next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I'm not really sure for this one. My favorite booktubers would have to be Olivia Reads a Latte, Mel Reads, Gabby Reads, Kaylee's Reads, Books with Lexi, Covers with Cassidy, Mel Lenore Reads. I love all of those women. I think what I would ask them the most is, how do they make their cute intro videos? Because I really want to make one, but I have no idea how. I'm not that good at computer technology or video editing, so I guess I'm gonna have to get good at it for this channel. But I really want to know how Olivia Reads a Latte makes her intro videos because they're super cute. And so is Mandy's Morgue of Horror. Her video intro is like super cute, and I wish I could somehow figure out how to do that, but I have no idea, so I hope I'll figure it out. And then I would also ask what editing software they use, because I would just be curious. I'm probably just going to use iMovie because it's free, but I would just like to know what they use, so in the future, if I wanted to, I could make that investment. Yeah, I would also ask like how they film weekly vlogs, because I don't quite understand like that concept for some reason of filming a weekly vlog. Like, to me it just feels really weird. I'd rather just do like sit down videos for a while until I kind of figure out how to do that. And also I feel like I don't read enough every day to kind of do that. Like, there are some days where I don't read at all just because I'm so busy doing other things. But yeah, that's pretty much all I would ask them. I mean, it'd be amazing to be able to ask them because their channels are so amazing. Alright. Question 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Honestly, I think editing for me, I'm not very computer savvy at all. It's not a skill I possess, so I think for me editing is going to be really hard. And also my perfectionism with each video is going to be a little difficult to overcome because my videos aren't going to be perfect at first, but I'm probably going to have a hard time accepting that. I'll probably never think any video I make is perfect, but that's a me problem, so that's kind of something I have to work on. And honestly, another challenge is probably going to be my ums and my likes, because they are just a part of my speech and I just say them all the time, but in a video people don't necessarily like to hear them, so I'm gonna work on not saying as much, and hopefully in future videos I won't be saying it at all, even though that'll probably take a while, but okay. And question 8 is, when did you start reading? I don't honestly remember ever starting reading, probably because I was that young. My parents read to me every night. I literally read this book series with my mom every night. It's called The Land of Elion. It's one of my nostalgia series that I will always love because of those memories. And I had library cards my entire childhood. I was always reading, always had a book in my hand. So yeah, I don't remember ever starting it, probably because I just started when I was super young, so. Okay, and the next question is, where do you read? Okay, so I read everywhere. I can read in the car. Somehow I don't get nauseous from doing that, but I don't. I'll read in bed. I read downstairs in the house. There's like this little fireplace that I like to read in front of sometimes. I can read anywhere. There's also this window seat in my bedroom that I really would like to read from more because it overlooks the river, so it's got this really beautiful view. I'll try to include that in future videos too. It's really pretty up there. And the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I read anything and everything. If I were to try to count all the things I read, I'd have like classics, non-fiction, true crime, books about teaching and education, because I'm currently majoring in education, so I try to read some of those. Fantasy, both high, low, epic, all kinds of fantasy. I'm not picky. I read some. I'm getting more into romance. I'm trying to find what I like, so, because I wasn't really a big romance reader at all growing up, so now that I'm getting into it as an adult, I'm having to find the types of romance that I prefer. So there's that. I love reading graphic novels, comic books, love those. I read some contemporary. It's not my favorite, but there are some that I do like. I also read horror. Right now I'm really big into horror. It's like all I've been wanting to read lately. And I love mysteries, thrillers. I love cozy mysteries when I need a break from like my more dark and intense stuff. Those are like a light palette cleanser that I really love to read. I have a lot of cozy series that I need to work on finishing. What else do I read? Yeah, I pretty much read anything. I do have a love for dystopian as well, because I grew up when dystopian was very popular. Like, Divergent and The Hunger Games. I have several dystopians that are less well known, so I'm excited to be sharing those with this channel as well. And yep, those are all the questions. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye! I just read your text message. Okay, we're gonna rewind a bit. So.
Yeah, tell your camera. You're gonna leave that.
I'll make a bloopers section. No, I really will. So, reading was a way, I just found myself doing it.
What?
I heard the, Okay. How was it? Good.